Welcome to the tutorial for the mission Sarah and Better Get Used to It. Obviously you have to skip all the cutscenes until you get right here. Now, Sarah has undergone a lot of changes as a mission. You have seen me run ahead in the very first tutorial and then punch those bad guys in their circling motions. Then you have seen in the updated tutorial that I was using the Sarah skip found out by Romero's Hers or Romero. And basically the setup was mine and it didn't always work. There were some, let's say, mistries happening all over the place and people didn't get the mission trigger and failed the mission after all. Here I'm going to utilize the Sarah skip setup by Pedingus that is exclusively working for the French version. If you don't have the French version, it will fail. And on top of that, you have to have uncapped frame rate. So you need to have a frame rate of around 62 to 63 FPS. If you're 60 or lower, it won't work. Now let's see how to trigger it. You see that box there? We wait until Sarah reaches this box, as you can see in the stopped frame, and we just start running ahead. We stick to the left side and pretty much mash enter in order to skip the cutscene as fast as possible. There we go. Now we just go left past those gangsters, punch once here when you see that split of the alleyways, and then here after the stairs. And now you pretty much slant to the right hand side and try to catch the road on the right hand side. Exactly here. And if you don't get this message that he has something else to do today, on the sidewalk you will fail this mission. So if it happens on the road already, it will be a fail for sure. Now you just go ahead, run straight here, enter Sarah's apartment, and you just wait outside. Tommy will turn his head pretty much immediately and the mission's done. Just mash enter here. Do not wait for the mission to skip or something, because the mission will fail. It's basically something that the mission fails and advances at the same time, so you need to mash enter there. If you just wait for the cutscene to play, then you're gonna fail the mission. So now let's start with Better Get Used to It. Obviously skip the cutscene first, then run outside. You don't need to visit Ralphie here, which is good. We only need Vincenzo to give us the gun and the baseball bat. So in this mission, again, you need to have an uncapped frame rate, so 62 to 63 FPS, otherwise those clips, which we're gonna utilize for clipping into the service station and beyond, won't work. So deactivate VSync in the setup exe, deactivate VSync in your graphics driver, and potentially check your energy options. Again, Vinny's putting up a baseball bat and a gun, so don't forget to mash right mouse button with the number key 1 in order to pick up everything quickly. Now get past Paulie and start up the bolt thrower and just drive forward to pick him up. So there we go, let him enter. And now the mission starts. So here the first thing, we're gonna visit Biff in Chinatown and ask him where the hoodlums are located. Here you might want to use the reverse camera to have no cops uphill, because it's a spot where cop cars are most likely to spawn. Here take care to not spin around. And here pay attention to officers. You don't want to have officers here. It might end in a train wreck unless you kill them immediately. And don't run anybody over. Here talk with Biff. So the entire thing starts. And get back into the car. Start it up and wait. So in this mission we're gonna utilize several clips. That means war clips, but not with the 4-seater that you have seen in the last tutorial, but with the classic Colt. It was found out by WRP Beta, if I recall correctly. And then utilize the 4-clip setup that he found out in order to save quite some time here in this mission, because you don't have to worry about the 4-seater like I mentioned. And you also trigger a cutscene with Paulie talking with the hooligans a lot faster. So you will see how it ends up. It's quite simple. So just drive around here and keep an eye on officers. They are annoying. as soon as you pass them and they don't face you anymore, you can just accelerate. And here there's the service station. Just brake in your usual spot, don't crash too early. Get out of the car. And now what you want to do is get in this corner of the gate, get out your Colt and aim at the same spot that I do, pretty much the end of this pattern on the floor. Do a side roll and hide the gun. Side roll, right and jump. Then take the baseball bat and stun him from behind. You have to hit him full throttle or full force. Then here in this corner and aim at the middle of this hut and do the same thing. Just right jump to the side roll and hide the gun to the clip. Now run forward and this cutscene triggers. And now align with this wooden wall, get out your Colt, aim at this pretty much corner of the hut before you, do another side roll and hide the gun. Here you can see the shaded ground, so dark and bright. Aim at this corner that you can see on the frozen frame, do a side roll and hide the gun. Go walk through this wall, and now you can just go forward and backwards again, and it should trigger. Sometimes you have to advance a little bit more forward or a little bit more back, but it will trigger most of the times instantly. And there we go. That's it. That's better get used to it nowadays. Very easy, no need for RNG, no need for everything. It just works flat out fine. And you don't have to fear any soft locks, like for example you're too late to clip through the wall with the 4-seater. This can't be happening anymore. So yeah, that's it for those two missions, and we'll see each other in the next tutorials.